Spinning up, got somebody here. You know, folks, we all know what happened in Minneapolis. And we got the left saying one thing, we got the right saying another thing. Honestly, I can't believe either side. I wasn't there. I don't know what exactly happened. Okay? To be honest, do any of us really know? And you know what? I don't think we're going to know the truth like so many other things. But isn't it amazing how nobody's talking about the Epstein files no more? It's like it's vanished. Trump just changed the talking with what he did in Venezuela and what's going on in Minneapolis. Now, my personal opinion is there is no need for 2,000 ICE agents. 2,000, folks. You have any idea how many people that is? 2,000? 2,000 agents. I looked at that street. There's nice homes. It's a nice area. What do they got? Maybe one or two immigrants stashed away someplace? They need 2,000? And then he's got to send in more? And then the investigation is by the FBI? Why the FBI? That's a state case. That's not a federal case. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because it was a federal agent that makes it a federal case. I don't have that answer. Okay? If anybody does, please leave me a comment. Okay? You know, I was going to take the day off today and not do a live show. And then I says, I don't have anything to do. I got to go to a funeral at 3:30 this afternoon at Forest Lawn Cemetery. It's a beautiful place. And you know the last time I was there? The last funeral that I went to at Forest Lawn was in 1995. The woman's name was Elizabeth Adams. Elizabeth Adams. But she was known as the Beverly Hills Madam. And she's the woman that taught Heidi Fleiss everything Heidi Fleiss knew. Folks, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, okay? I'm not even going to ask you to hit that like button. I don't know why people can't hit that like button. If I go and watch the show and I hear somebody talking, I gotta like it, whether I like the show or I don't, okay? And the reason for that is, okay, that's respect. Respect. Because that individual took the time to create some content to come here that might be something good for you. Thank you, Kathy. All right? Moon game. And my risk guy, what difference does it if I have any money or not to you? Okay? Are you going to send me money? Are you going to hit that thanks button and help me? Okay? Agent Orange, good morning. Sophia, thank you. Yeah, come here today. You see, it's Sunday. It's going to be 74 degrees out here. But let's talk. Who was the Beverly Hills Madam? How I met her. I met her when I was taking care of Robert Trammell Crow. His father was Robert Trammell Crow. one of the wealthiest families in the country out of Dallas, Texas. And I got to tell you, Bob, he was glued to the pipe. He was doing what do they call it? That drug that you smoke, okay? But anyway, and he had a lot of problems, a lot of money. I took care of it. I got paid handsomely. Trust me, all right? Pray for Moss Webb sister. Yes, we can. Okay? No, Donna, it wasn't marijuana. It was when they take uh, Coca-Cola and they cook it. Okay? That's what they do. That's what it is. All right? Uh, but Elizabeth's aunt, the Beverly Hills madam, lived over here on Nora Street, right off of Doheny. And she and I became very close friends. Hello, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. Nancy Lyon, my friend. How you doing? So, anyways, she's the one that helped, and she had done. Heidi Fleiss began with her. So you all know who Heidi Fleiss is, okay? But when Elizabeth passed away, it was 1995. That's June of 1995. That's the last time I've been to Forest Lawn. Now today, I gotta go. And look at it. None of us like going to funerals, but sometimes you need to. The guy that passed away is Robert Tannenbaum, and you should Google him. He was a great author, wrote over 20 books, okay? And he was also the mayor of Beverly Hills, and many years ago, he was with the district attorney's office in New York. Really nice guy, lived right over here on Roxbury. I'm very close to the family, and his son is one of the lawyers that I work very closely. His son is a lawyer also. All right? So, anyways, folks, so I wanted to share that story. One of the last conversations with Heidi Fleiss that I had, and Elizabeth had, the Beverly Hills madam, was Elizabeth called me up one night. It was about midnight, all right? And, but Heidi was having a problem with a boyfriend of hers. So now here I am. She gets Heidi on the phone, and now it's me, the Beverly Hills madam, and Heidi Fleiss on a three-way call. And she tells me about the boyfriend, what he's doing. His name was Naji. Naji was his last name. Ivan Naji, okay? And he lived in Century City. I said, I'll take care of it. So now I get Ivan on the phone. You gotta remember, at this point, I'm still laying in bed. I'm pretty calm. Now I get Ivan on the telephone. And he says something, you guinea bastard. Oh, I jumped out of bed. My veins popped out of my neck. I said, Ivan, I says, I'll climb that goddamn wall. I know where you live. I said, I'll tear you to pieces. I won't tell you exactly what I said. But then I said, I knew he loved going out to nightclubs. I said, Ivan, you know what I'm going to do? I said, I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm going to bar you from every nightclub in Los Angeles. And that's exactly what I did. That was my conversation that evening. Folks, it wasn't 2 weeks later that they arrested Heidi Fleiss, had her phone taped and all that there. Thank God they didn't pull me in on that one. Okay? But you all know who Khashoggi was. All right? Elizabeth Adams introduced me to Khashoggi. He was a big arms dealer. But he was losing money. He was in New York. He had a lot of jewelry he wanted to sell and so forth. So I wanted to share that. But now, not to change the subject, but that's enough on that subject. There's a lot of madams now, okay, on social media. I don't know if any of you guys have seen them. They're good talkers, I got to tell you that. But I'm going to tell you, none of them were as big as the Beverly Hills madam was. We got Sacramento here. We got people here. Folks, leave in the comments for me where you're all from, okay? Leave me a comment, please. I'd like to know so I know who I'm talking to. Because for those of you who do know me, when you leave a comment, I answer you, okay? Yeah. How many people on YouTube do you leave a comment for write you back? I bet about almost zero. I'm one of the very few because I got a special family here, okay, that I'm building up here, of great people. I love you all. You're all so great. Somebody told me to shut up. Another bot, all right? Another moronic imbecile, okay? I'm not going to pay attention to him anyways, okay? If he gets nasty, I'll just delete him out of here, all right? But I've had a lot of experiences. But let's go back to Minneapolis for a moment, folks, okay? And the shooting of that gal, 37 years old, that's who she was. It should have never happened. But folks, you all know I'm a gangster. And one thing all us gangsters have in common, okay, is we respected law enforcement. Yeah, they were after her. Yeah, they wanted to arrest her. But we respected them. And I can't tell you how many times the police have stopped me, how many times I was arrested. 5 times. 5 times I was arrested. Folks, if they never pulled out a gun. But if they did pull out a gun, first thing I would do was go like this. It's the first thing you should do. Remember, they got a gun. You don't know what in the head. He's having a good day, a bad day, and he wants to shoot. I don't know what the story in Minneapolis is. I wish we would know. I wish the truth. Now they have, they said they got into her phone. I haven't seen it. I don't know. All right, but she was texting. She was part of the protest. That's what they're saying. That's what the right is saying. And then the left is saying she wasn't. But regardless, whether she was or she wasn't, she should not be alive. Okay? That ICE agent should not have been in front of her car. He could have easily stepped to the right from what I saw, okay? And avoided the whole situation. But he didn't do that. Terrible. Oh, somebody said he wasn't in front of the car. He shot right through the front window. You got to be in front of the car to do that. All right? Folks, look at, I like what Donald Trump's ideas are. I don't like how he implements them. He don't think them out. okay? But I think he's listening to this guy, Stephen Miller, too much. Oh, eyes do not see. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, she didn't see him until after. You're right. All right, Joe. Okay. Well, there were three things I was going to talk about. What was the? I forgot the other one already. Italiano, Hawaii, buddy. Forget about it. Huh? We got somebody from Italy there. San Jose, California. YouTube is getting Hollywood, folks. Hollywood's history. Okay? Making films in Los Angeles. Folks, the problem that we have in this state, you won't believe it. Okay? And I just watch on YouTube, I watch Hilton, who's running for governor here. I hope he gets it. Okay? He's running for the Republican Party. I hope he makes it. Okay? Thank you, Joe. Brazil, Wayne from Brazil. Oh, boy, I gotta tell you, Brazil's got some wonderfully beautiful girls. Waylan, boy, I'm gonna tell you, they're gorgeous, okay? I had to say that, folks, I'm sorry. You know, for those of you who read my book, okay, all right, one of the things you will know was I love women, and I've had my share of them. And here I am, 81 years old, and still looking. But you know, I told you all the other day, I was on a website, Art Times. And folks, there's some beautiful women there. There's some beautiful, gorgeous women in their 80s. Okay, really, seriously. Beautiful, classy, elegant, sexy. Just like I like them. That's what I asked for. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm seeking. But folks, their profile. They're 82 years old. They want to travel the world. They want to do it. Give me a break. And then the ones that write me, oh, I get excited. This girl's beautiful. And now we share phone numbers, and she starts texting. Long text with all these questions. Okay, nice text, beautifully written. And now I'm thinking they were probably written by AI. And the reason, and she sent me a picture. Gorgeous girl. Says she lived in Miami. I believed her. She said she was willing to fly to Los Angeles. I believed her. Right? But then we kept writing, and then I get an email from our time saying, you've been talking to Patricia. We have taken down her app for not adhering to the rules. And they tell me to beware, which I got to compliment the app for doing that. Now I become leery. And then she's in Miami and she just wants to write. I said, look, we haven't spoken yet, okay? So let's stop this here, okay? And now that I'm not interested, I wish you all the best. I was nice about it. Boom, deleted her number. Then I get another woman start writing me. And she's saying she's from the state of Washington, up north here, okay? And now she writes me. We share a number. She writes me. But now I'm looking at what she's writing me. I'm saying to myself, damn, this writing looks familiar. It's like, folks, you hear me talk, you know my voice. Okay? And if I wrote to you, you would know what my style of writing is, correct? So I'm saying to myself, this is very similar. So now I write back. I said, look at it. I said, I'm not on that app no more. I forgot what you look like. Okay? And I said, send me some. She sends me pictures. Guess what? Same picture as the girl in Miami. Figure that, right? The scam. So now they're doing the same thing on dating apps. These scam people, all right? Boo boo, are you a tough guy? Seriously, boo boo. Come to Beverly Hills if you're a tough guy. Prove to me how tough you are. Okay? Prove to me, because I guarantee you, at my age of 81, you're not as tough as I am right now. All right? So don't get me going there, boo boo. Take a walk. All right? There. Boo boo is gone. You know, we end it. I hate doing that there. All right? Yeah, down there is loneliness and desperation. So, anyways, folks, so the same, like I'm sure you got on Facebook, TikTok, wherever else you go. All right, the guys get it from, you see a beautiful girl and she wants to write you. The girls get a good looking guy, and it's some boiler room in Nigeria or Poland or some country. Okay, and that's how it goes. All right, so you gotta be wary of the cons. Now I gotta tell you, one man says, "I want to fix you up with my mother, and you'll never believe where she's from. She happens to be from rural New York." He sends me a picture. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta be honest, exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly. So sent me her number, we started texting, and I don't know, there's a little something wrong with me because I still have that gangster in me. So when something, and maybe it was spelling, okay, maybe they were talking when they were writing, but the stories weren't matching up, and I became a little upset with it. And I wrote something that I shouldn't have wrote, and I regret it. I apologized to her. Oh, she wanted to play hard to get. Okay? Come on. You're my age. You know who I am. All right? Just pick up the phone, call me. Okay, you want to play hard to get? All right? I mean, ladies, all the ladies, I want you to write me and leave me a comment. Do you do that kind of stuff? Do you play hard to get? I mean, is it right? I don't know. I mean, me in my life, when women play hard to get, to me, they weren't interested and I just moved on. Okay? I never had a problem meeting women, that's for sure. Okay? But this woman, I don't know why, there's something in my gut tells me something that I gotta get to know her. And I hope it comes, okay? But we will see. But in the meantime, I took myself off that dating app. Now, I took myself off. They still got me on. They make it impossible for you to get off these things. And then the other thing, I'm getting emails from other dating sites telling me to export my profile. I didn't ask for them. That's social media. That's technology, and that's what happens. So, folks, look, I wanted to share that with you. Okay, I told you I got to go to that funeral this afternoon. And in the meantime, I got to have something to eat. So I want you all to have a beautiful Sunday. We're not going to get into politics today. Not going to get into Diddy, okay? I'm at the point. I mean, I see other YouTubers are really struggling to come up to talk about Diddy. All right? They're struggling. All right, folks. Have a great day. All my love and respect to you. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel.